Okay, so something that I do with my Team Ruby girls, I sometimes get pages this long of feedback and stuff. I balance my love with my tough love, and I read everything in their tabs. They have one for all of their biofeedback, which includes their diet and just a quick overview of their training. And then they have one of their trainings. So I go over their training and the biofeedback. And I use all of that to, I read through it briefly. And then I get my video feedback camera recorder out. And I read it as I do my feedback. So then they get my reaction to it all and stuff like that. I just want to make sure that I've been through the program before I go into the feedback and film myself. Anyway, so I have a few vegan clients and a few vegetarian clients, and I find that they are the ones that struggle most with cravings and temptations, even if it's just for chocolate when they're vegan or vegetarian, and they have more cravings for things than people that eat animal products. Not all of them, only 2 of them do. And I did a video for my feedback to one of the girls, and I was like, you're the one that chooses. It is hard. I was saying how hard it is to be a vegan and how hard it is to be a vegetarian, and you are actually restricting yourself. So you are doing it to yourself. You want to eat a certain way. You want to cut out all of these different options out there. You don't want to eat dairy. You don't want to have YoPro, which is any dairy type of high protein source that's from dairy. So you're limiting your choices there. If you want to pick something like a coconut yogurt and you're trying to lose weight and you want to replace a 90 calorie YoPro with an 220 calorie coconut yogurt or something, do you see how that doesn't align? And that's full of fat and carbs. That's got protein, hardly any fats and carbs. So that's going to screw out the macros even more. So I try to explain that it's due to your choice of restrictions. And she said to me she can actually accept her meal plan and she's able to restrict from things now and feel okay about it. And she's loving it. She's saying that she cooks with veg stock and she salts everything while she's cooking. And then she salts it again before eating, because she came to me saying that she had issues with pins and needles. And I'm like, how much are you salting? She's like, I never really weighed it. She weighed it and it was like, she thought she was salting a lot, but she wasn't salting enough. And she wasn't even drinking enough to start with. And then I increased her water intake by a lot, which helped her digestion so much, because she was also suffering from constipation and stuff. So I'm like, salt more, drink way more water. She drank way more water, but she wasn't salting more. Pins and needles. So then we got her to salt more. Pins and needles gone. No more constipation. Feeling so much better digestion-wise. Her body's using the energy so much more, and she's seeing changes in her body a lot more. She actually just said on here, I'm using seitan instead of tofu, minus the 10 grams, just to make the calorie count the same. And she loves her meal plan. Seitan is awesome. And she made a smoothie with another meal that had tofu in it. So that's just my little ramble on saying, if you choose to impart restrictions on yourself, saying that you don't want to eat carbs, or you don't want to eat dairy, or you want to be plant-based, then you need to realize that you are putting more food restrictions on yourself. And if you already suffer from eating disordered or disordered eating, then putting more restrictions on yourself is just going to make it harder for you to get through. And if you're going to then put yourself into a diet when you're restricted and already having disordered eating, you're just burning yourself out from 3 different ends, and you're just going to fall into a cycle of binge repeat, or a cycle of feeling sorry for yourself and all of this other stuff. So if you do choose the plant-based way for certain reasons, the other ones are stupid. But if you do choose a plant-based and you already have disordered eating, then the most unwise thing to do is then go into a great calorie deficit and restrict yourself even more. So until you get a handle on your eating and your relationship with food, then you can't, like, don't diet. You need to eat up. Get rid of the binge eating first. Maintain that for a while. Be okay with yourself. Focus on performance. Focus on outside measures. And then start to chip away the food when you're ready to. And don't chip it off straight away, because you don't want to trigger something in your mind that's like... Do it slowly. Like, I have another girl where she really wanted to lose weight and cut off, like, ouch, and cut off, like, that extra body fat. But I did not budge her macros whatsoever. I did not. She wanted to. I did not. I gave her the reasoning, and that's because she came to me with disordered eating and binging all the time. So I left them the same. I didn't put her into a great surplus that she was putting on weight, but I kept her around about maintenance. And only now have I changed her macros. I left them the same. Like, I left her food the same macros. I mean, the same calories, but I changed her macros so she has more fats than carbs. So that she's technically eating less food, but same calories. So then when I want to cut her food again, I can just bump up her carbs, pull back her fats, and it's the same kind of food volume. But then I did that already. I'm up to that stage now. The next step is then we're going to cycle it just to make it more maintainable for her. But yeah, that's pretty much just what I wanted to say.